Whatever.
Hello, Kelly. Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Somebody named Linda Powers.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Aloha.
Okay, I'm hitting refresh.
And nothing happens?
Nothing's happening. Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Hello.
All right. Let's find ourselves up on the YouTubes.
You know what it is? This computer is completely crashed.
Are we crashed already?
Yep. Restarting the computer, but no worries.
Bye.
Because the phone is still live. I can't even get it to restart. Anyway, whatever.
This is the button to restart.
Oh.
Don't worry.
No wonder I was hitting the wrong button.
Wrong button. Not going to get you there.
In search of strange phenomena.
In search
like
of
our computer crash.
Search of a hard drive with some space on it, so these things don't happen, right?
In search of.
The machine has some age, but it does have a solid state drive, so I suspect this is more robust than that. Just did that to the desktop.
Because I have a cocktail ready to go I have memorized. I don't even need to.
Woohoo!
I don't even need to look.
Hot stuff coming through. I think you can launch that on us.
My cheat sheet. But anyway.
We did the whole intro with a strange phenomena. Missing aviatrices. Ancient civilizations.
Aviatrices?
Ancient yeah. Well, the plural of aviatrix. You know,
I've never heard plural aviatrices before.
Yeah, well, how often do you get the chance to say the singular aviatrix?
Rarely.
So there you go.
Very rarely.
You're not normally talking about two of them. So.
Look at that. Wow, it doesn't want to restart.
Yeah.
Your computer was shut down because of a problem. Yeah, it sucks. So,
yeah.
But you didn't reopen all
your tabs. Oh, that's too bad. You know what?
All right. Well, you entertain the people. Wait.
Restore pages.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang.
Coming right up. Again.
Coming right up.
You know it's always something.
It's always something.
You know it's always something with these broadcasts.
Wasn't that what was that called? Gilda Radner, I think. It's always something.
It's always something. If it's not one thing, it's another.
So here we are.
All right, here we are.
Boom. Hello. Maybe you look a little better this time. Hello.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Pages I follow.
Oh, it's us. Follow me. How nice.
Here we go.
Let's find the comments so we can find all the stuff we missed in the past 5 minutes.
Oh, turn it down.
I don't need to hear myself. Jeez, it's always something else.
Strange phenomena.
Yeah, the strange phenomena, all right.
Okay,
all right.
here
so
we
the
go.
YouTube.
I got this.
Definitely
you talk to the people.
Vamp to the people.
You talk to the
strange
people.
phenomena. Yeah, I just keep saying that.
Well,
we're talking ESP in this episode. We got it going over here on the.
We're watching it here too.
I think it's YouTube. This was cribbed from rebroadcast on the History Channel apparently because there are big symbols in the corner. Looks like it comes from VHS. Wow, big stuff. When are they
That's not legal.
When are they going to have it in search of box set so I can just get like a nice quality on DVD or something? You know what I'm saying?
Well, no one's on the YouTube, so.
Okay, well, we'll see in a minute.
So whatever.
We'll probably have some people.
Okay.
Not be too surprised.
But you're here on Facebook, and that's what matters.
Here. And this is the point.
Satellite, hello. Holly, let's see.
Hey,
Julie,
how did we get the...
I don't know.
We've got closed captioning happening already. Do I have that? Fascinating. Okay, well, it's great.
Strange phenomena. Jim, hello.
Hilarious.
What cocktail goes with a good steak? I would say whiskey drinks. With a good steak.
If you're not in the mood for a robust,
I would say whiskey or
like
Campari,
glass of wine, red wine, white wine. It's not critical what you
Hello,
do with the
Matt,
steak,
Julie, Bill, Alan.
But if you wanted like
Holly, Satellite, Stewart,
brown goods, I would say
Maurice,
whiskey sour.
Gene, hello.
Sidecar would be excellent with a good steak. Yeah.
Can COVID be cured with a cocktail? Unfortunately, no.
No.
Unfortunately, no. But
and if you manage
Luann and Aaron, hello.
As far as the reports go, if you manage to contract this, you're not going to want a cocktail of any kind. So, but if you simply have a bad head cold or something like that, I recommend a bourbon stone sour. Bang, that's the stuff.
All right, but let me go back to my cocktail recipe. Now that I have it here, I can just look at it.
I thought you had it memorized.
I do have it memorized.
There we go.
So for my first drink of the evening, we did watch a number of these in preparation
for this. Sure, we're ready to go for you.
And one of them we watched was Life on Mars.
Big fun, that.
And they talked about a big Mars quake. Not an earthquake because it
was on Mars.
Was not on Earth. It was on Mars.
It was a quake on Mars. So therefore it's a Mars quake. And you're like, oh, of course.
Because, there might have been life very much like ours or somewhat like ours on Mars, but then there was the giant Mars quake.
It was better than that. They had lots of bacteria.
So, Mars quake. And I have the perfect vodka. You just
happen to have this guy over here.
For Mars quake.
Martian. Yeah, but...
This is outer space vodka. Does it?
That's the shot glass right there.
What's the company?
Oh, the actual...
Outer Space. It's Outer Space Vodka.
Pardon me. I want to take this. This vodka Chrome. Stoller Imports.
Chrome. Okay.
It's a French product, interestingly enough. It doesn't really say who exactly made it.
You look like you're like your fingers are going to his eyes, like, poking his eyes out.
Yeah, well, he was trying to,
So,
you know what I mean.
Okay, so Marsquake. It's an angry red drink.
Oh, of course.
We're starting with the closed captions. Why do we have the closed captions?
I cannot conceive, sir.
We didn't do that, but in search of strange
they are
phenomena.
actually. Oh, they are just going, aren't they? Okay.
I don't know how that happened or.
Beats me. Is that happening on YouTube too? Let's see here.
Nope.
We're not even.
Oh, you're
YouTube.
on the wrong one. That one.
Oh, there we go.
That tab.
You know what? In that case, I'm putting this over here because I don't even need this, do I? I need this. Nope, no captions.
Scooby-Doo,
Hey,
hello.
Nice to see you here with us. And back
Thank
to
you for being here.
Thanks, Ron. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I went for she went for like, far up space nuts. So I was like, I got to have like rocket number 9 over here.
Oh.
Bang.
And our little space friend. So this is Marsquake, and I started with 2 ounces of vodka. I recommend vodka in a big alien head, but use what you've got. And then I'm going to do...
Got the captions off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Satellite.
A half ounce of Campari.
I thought it was something like that.
Tiki Boss.
I wasn't going to mark around with it. Little gear, which gives you your quality. Captions go off. Now, of course, the little... Oh, will you stop?
I realize it's just become part of the comedy, the things we go through to go live on one of these videos.
I'm giving you a look. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boss. Glad to see you. Fantastic.
Jeremy.
Some kind of Facebook glitch. Yeah, probably. Would that surprise anybody here watching right now? People who use this sort of thing. Larice, hello. And now she's a heavy YouTube user as well, where our stuff's on YouTube right now. And I'm sure she could have tell you about some fun with YouTubes.
So, 2 ounces of vodka, a half ounce Campari, and...
In search of cocktails. Yes, of course.
A half ounce blood orange.
Hey, Lee's here. Did you say hi to Lee?
I did not. Hi,
I don't
Lee.
think I've seen Lee here before. Marvelous.
Hello. Good to see you.
There's little roadies in the house. Yeah.
So, okay, a half ounce of blood orange liqueur. My angry red drink.
Looking pretty angry, I gotta tell you.
Okay.
Are you out there see the film Angry Red Planet back in the day?
That's a good one.
Very cheaply made. Highly entertaining.
Well, I didn't see it in the day.
Well, this is true. Neither did I.
I wasn't born in the day.
But... I was seeing it maybe 10 years later. But...
Could you hand me a paper towel, please?
Come anyway. There is...
I've got some blood orange liqueur on
This
me.
one is a little damp, so this will help you a lot.
Thank you.
And boom.
It's no joke making drinks.
I am going to tell you.
It's sticky.
I bet Lee's been through a hard day because if you're still doing what you were doing when I knew what you were doing, it's a hard business right now. So you come home and you're like, where's the whiskey? Yeah, bang. Well, watch us right here. We'll show you some fun things to do with Nimoy.
3/4 of an ounce fresh lime juice and a half ounce cranberry juice.
It is looking very red.
It's angry and red.
It's angry and red.
Angry red planet.
Yep.
Okay. So.
I remember that one on a double bill with, I think it was Journey to the 9th planet or 10th planet or something, where they actually landed on Uranus. Now, as kids watching this, you're like, snicker, snicker, snicker. But, they did. And
I was too.
They met like carnivorous plants and all sort of thing,
I'm, Lori's loves angry red planet.
Oh, yeah.
I touched the ice. It's just the two of us. So if you were here, I wouldn't touch the ice.
Let's use the scoop. And we have a happy 7 de Mayo. Oh, you know what? I had a great gag the other day, which I forgot to drop on all of you. Everyone on the 4th says, "May the 4th be with you." And then you're like, "Why are you listening?" And then I realized something. The 5th is Cinco de Mayo. I really should be holding a bottle of tequila, but anyway, just imagine. And I said, you know what? May the 5th be with you. Get it? There you go. Big fun. Oh, Gene is pointing out cranberries, vitamin C. Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. You got some lime in there, too? A lot of vitamin C.
I have lime, too.
And boom.
Quite a bit of vitamin C. This is my Marsquake, my Angry Red Planet drink.
Oh, baby. I bet that's very good. I'm going to say hi to Katie and JJ on the YouTube. Hello. Glad to see you.
Hello. I'm glad you're here.
It's marvelous.
I like that.
I think we have Tiny Tim doing ESP experiments over here. We're actually watching this. You know?
Oh, no.
This guy looks like he's dead. Oh, no, he's actually like talking.
He just looks stoned.
In his hypnosis. He does look stoned. Very stoned. Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, let's try this out.
Big surprise.
Oh, that's an Angry Red Planet.
Thank you.
Oh, nice and
This is the
nice
Mars
bitter.
Quake. It was 2 ounces of vodka, ½ ounce Campari, ½ ounce blood orange liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce fresh lime juice, and ½ ounce of cranberry juice. Just look at that redness.
And just look at that red.
Mmm.
Just look at that shine. It's a cocktail. It's a floor polish. Mixing metaphors here.
You're mixing 70s TV shows, too.
Dilly. Well, that's the
JJ, hello.
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
All right. Oh, and Ken, hello. Good to see you.
Hey, Ken.
Everything
Awesome.
tastes better with fingers.
Well, the baker should know.
I am not going to stand on the ceremony.
And the
when
chef.
It's just the two of us.
And the etc. But definitely. Yeah, Ken, how's Bacon doing these days? I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
We've seen pictures of your house. I think you're probably doing okay in lockdown, as we are all, and I certainly hope so. Remember, liquor stores may deliver or may do curbside pickup.
I know. Well, thankfully. Oh, John, it's a cocktail you count. I knew you would get that one.
I'm glad somebody out there is picking up on this stuff. Glad to see you, John.
So Mars Quake, 2 ounces of vodka, ½ ounce Campari, ½ ounce blood orange liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce fresh lime juice, and ½ ounce cranberry juice.
Ping. It's got nice tartness. It's a really good sour,
Mars
and it's got
Quake.
that bitter edge from the Campari, and it's very, very red. Because like everything in there is red.
So should we launch into the debate?
Shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, mine as well.
All right.
You're all here.
Okay.
What's the big debate?
The big debate is
Our man.
people. Oh, thank you, Satellite. Satellite
Right
likes the album choices.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have 3 records by Leonard Nimoy.
Some people out there say, no, it's pronounced Nimoy.
When I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
people would say to me, it's pronounced Nimoy.
They really would say that to you?
Oh, yeah. It's
never heard
pronounced
that.
Nimoy.
Oh, okay.
And I
Because
was
they
like,
would know,
oh,
right?
okay. Because I didn't know.
Guess you're the biggest,
So-
Today you would say, wow, what a geek.
We're
But
sitting
anyway.
here last night watching In Search Of, and he says, "Hi, I'm Leonard Nimoy." And I was like, but it's Nimoy.
Yeah, you're thinking
It's
to
like-
yourself, you're thinking to yourself very distinctly, I think he knows how to pronounce his name.
I'm pretty sure Leonard Nimoy knows how to pronounce his own name.
Damn name.
So,
I
Leonard
swear.
Nimoy. Yeah.
So, but that's the man. So there's a big debate. Shot to hell. Everybody out there wants to debate this and insist. Go right to that. Throw it down.
The doctor said I need more dog saliva in my diet.
Oh, awesome. To hell with radiation. Let's go.
The Flesh Tones uses it. Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, I love that
Bang.
song.
Oh, that's
Oh my God.
that's a killer. I love it. I love the fact that Angry Red Planet, they land on the planet and suddenly everything goes red.
Mhm.
It's like a black and white movie until it's like a red and white movie.
Yeah.
And they've got their masks. They have these big face masks that are directly ripped off from pressure suits. They're just wearing pressure suits, as if they were flying a U-2 or something. And they go on the planet and they see this fantastic civilization and huge monsters. It's pretty cool.
We saw that
As I
at
recall.
Blobfest.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did.
We saw that in the movie.
In the movie. In
the
movies.
movie theater.
Those things you
Where
can't go to.
The Blob
Right
was
now.
shot. The theater that they all run out of.
In the Phoenixville.
Yeah.
And it's it starts with the C. Why am I spacing this?
Ugh.
Out of my head. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the theater where the
I
whole
was just
scene where they
looking
come
at
up
the
with the
Blobfest
blob,
poster
still
today.
there. I think that it was on the chopping block. Somebody saved the theater,
I remember the
and
street.
then somebody decided to do Blobfest.
It's
and
on Bridge Street.
Frankly, I think it saved Phoenixville. So that's a good idea. If you have a unique thing in your town, keep it up. Otherwise, it all goes to hell. So that's the thing.
Here we go. I gotta look it up.
It's the
Colonial Theater.
Bang, thank you.
Oh my
It was a
gosh.
C.
How could we forget that?
Thanks. Too many things on the mind.
Yep.
There you go. Too many
All
things.
right. It was crowded out by some other thoughts, but now it's back
yeah.
in their Colonial Theater. That place is
Probably
great,
important
and they have
thoughts. It's
Blobfest
cool.
there where you can actually run out of the theater with a bunch of other people, which is so much fun.
There's
I
a
doubt
fair-
if they'll do it this year, but
Not going to happen.
But
But
yeah.
there's a fair amount of space inside the building, and usually there's like a second floor where they set up tables and they'll have people like special effects artists. I think Tom Savini was there one year signing autographs and things.
Yep.
And then they had the guy who actually took possession of the blob itself.
Mr. Tejas, hello.
And he has it in a bucket. And it is old and a little stiff. But if you tilt it for a long time, it starts to flow a bit. It's like silicone gel.
That's the Starbucks barista pronunciation.
Exactly. Yeah, right?
Hello, Randall.
Thank you, Gene. Yes.
Yeah, and Laurice is name-checking the inflatable raft. They were paddling to the Martians.
We'll get there in 15 years. Boom, 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 boom.
That's a good movie.
That just makes me think of Planet of the Apes. But, they knew they were there to stay.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Planet of the Apes? Or Angry Red Planet?
Well, Planet of the Apes, too.
Yeah, well, both. Both.
We call it Planet of Apes. It's a long story.
It's a long story.
Anyway, but
you know how it is.
But Planet of the Apes.
Yes, it is. What it is.
Hello, Johnny. So, Tom is dropping in to say hi.
Hello.
So, Mars Quake. But the Life on Mars episode of In Search of.
We have another person here coveting the shirt. Why, thank you. It's a very nice thing. I believe
you.
This fabric was just from... That's a nice sound, isn't it? What the heck was that? Ha!
Something fell.
I'm sure I don't know. I guess we'll find out later. In the meantime, fun on the broadcast, folks. This is the real thing about being live at you. I'll get it before it hits my foot.
I got nothing.
I hope. And anyway, this was, I think, just fabric from Joanne Fabrics had this stuff.
Yep.
Is that right?
This one, too.
So, they're both Joanne.
But, I mean, they're both...
And they're both just really cool.
Years old
I was
now,
like, oh, yeah, this is great. So she made this shirt because she can do that. And it's the pattern that I like a lot because it's a vintage pattern with the vents on the side, which is like very cool. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Fits like a glove. Anyway. Very nice.
Spooky.
Oh, Ray Harryhausen spoke at the Loves.
Oh, wow.
Gee, we have a poster in there signed by Harryhausen. I'm not bragging or anything, but it is there. Just wanted to name check that.
Oh, hi, Peter.
Life on Mars. Bowie, of course. Gee, we could have had some Bowie in back of us. Well, he's one of the original spacemen, isn't he? So
well, yeah, I didn't put any on the playlist because I thought it was kind of obvious, but...
Well, actually, you did put some Bowie
Tom.
on there, didn't you? Don't you have a version of Space Oddity?
But it's not Bowie.
Yeah, but it's a Bowie song.
Well, yeah,
so you got some Bowie on there.
But he's not doing it.
I know, it's an instrument. That's a great version of Space
Tom,
Oddity.
you are the first person to say that.
By the way, have we dropped the playlist on everybody there today?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, if you could do.
Yeah.
That'd be good. If you could
With my
do that.
sticky fingers. Hello.
No, that's the Stones.
Cocktail thief.
What?
That's all right. All right.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just make one of my own, right?
Maybe
you like what we're here for, stuff like that.
All right.
So we are actually we've already treated one of the great debates, which is a minor debate, which may not exist at all. Maybe it was just the idiots that you knew in your schoolyard.
Well,
I had plenty of them
I don't
myself.
know. Like I've been hearing that my whole life. It's pronounced Moy.
How the hell would you know?
Well, and I'm like, okay, but I mean, maybe it was, but then when I heard him say, "Hi, I'm Leonard Nimoy,"
you're like, no, it never was. Idiots. Jesus. So,
all right.
In search of happy hour. All right, she's going to drop on you right now. If you're not listening to any music, we have this great Spotify playlist that this one over here made.
The thing about Spotify is you go to copy the playlist link, and
stupid things happen.
It's really like right above. Hi, Jennifer. But right above copy a playlist link is delete. So it would be really easy just to delete your whole playlist.
This is
trying to
far from the only application I can think of where the delete everything button is really prominent. In fact, when we think about it, you send out a newsletter every month to people.
No, I don't. I used to.
Well, used to. Anyway, sorry, but
at least once a year.
Right inside that thing, there's a huge button that says unsubscribe. Like you could just flick past that and kill it, and then you would never get it. And then it looks like people hate us and stuff. Like, oh, gee, what happened, man? It's just like, it's way too easy.
Oh, I have people who got in touch with me and said, I didn't mean to unsubscribe.
Sorry, man.
I'm like, well, I can't undo your unsubscribe.
I can't unsubscribe you.
So you have to just go subscribe again. But I stopped doing a newsletter. Well, I'll do one like once or twice a year. But I stopped doing it when people would not only unsubscribe, which is fine, whatever. I unsubscribe to things too. But then they would report us as abuse.
Now, I don't think they were reporting us. I think a robot was doing that. But
no, it's like because you get a choice. You could say like this is spam, or you could say this is abuse. And when people were reporting it as abuse, I was like, okay.
All right, that's it.
No.
Oh, that's
no more newsletter for you.
Got to be an undo, Mr. Tejas says. Yes.
I would think. I would think, but yeah, no. There's not.
Homer, no. Okay, who's the best doctor? Well, that's a different show entirely. Same era.
But maybe we'll do that one.
And you know something? That's kind of like saying who's your favorite Bond. Your answer is going to be all over the place on that one. Some people really love Daniel Craig.
Hi, Carmel.
Some people are like, oh, he's terrible. And I think, I have no opinion whatsoever. I've heard people really like those movies. You know, we grew up with the...
we grew up with Roger Moore
in the theaters. And, you know, he was extremely slick. He was great. But then all of the Connerys were on TV, and it was awesome. So what can I say?
I know at least one person here is a Roger Moore fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, he brought a certain sense of humor to it, and that's quite all right. I don't think there's a bad Bond. Some people's favorite, George Lazenby. Really? Yeah, I've heard that. A couple of people I've heard say that. And he's usually panned for the role.
Want any more Marsquake before it's gone?
It's your cocktail. I got to make my own. We're watching Christopher Lee over here. Mysteries of Dracula. So anyway, I need to make something. Oh yeah,
we should do a Dracula drink.
And what I need to do is... Yeah, let's do this guy
All right. Let's do this guy here. It's not a guy.
I'm actually not going to use
It's a gal.
The typical glass for this. Because I want this to show very well. This looks like a good Schurz. A little dusty though. Happens by
what
the
a
bar,
surprise, you know? Dusty in this
What
house.
A surprise, dusty in this house. Happens by the bar, you know. But all you need to do.
That vodka is so dusty.
All you do, yeah, because it's chromed. It shows up everything. Everything. It's like I've got my turntable over there. It's kind of black lacquer. Every speck of dust shows. I'm actually going to do the following. I'm going to throw some ice in this. It's a little cold.
I'm going to go put this in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I'll be back in about 45 minutes, and away we go. And this should be plenty of ice to shake this up with, so this gets reused just like that. Boom. And boom, 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 boom.
Randall, we love Stockade. Aw.
Oh, yeah.
It was happy hours at Stockade.
Stockade had some great stuff. I was one of the first places that we went to that was doing really good things with mezcal. And around the time when that was becoming pretty popular and being used by all of the by the cocktailologist type bars.
Cocktailologist.
And I remember having some
a doctorate in cocktailology.
I happen to have a doctorate in that. By the way, you're making that cocktail wrong, and I can tell you because I have a doctorate in cocktailology. No, I don't say such things, but I think they're funny. So I remember thinking to myself, I had tried mezcal, and I thought, doesn't play well with others. But they made it play well with others.
I love mezcal.
Really good things. But like all sorts of great things there, you know. So it's a shame with these things. I wish them luck and the best. I hope that they can pull off something like, you know, curbside pickup cocktails. That's a little dicey.
That'd be good.
But, you know, why shouldn't you be able to go to your place and they hand you a sealed container, you put it in your trunk, and you go home. And I know there's problems with that. But, you know, I've heard of possible ways to do it.
Well, we used to talking about Christopher Lee on an episode of Space 1999.
There you go. I was name checking Jerry and Sylvia earlier today, so there they go.
We don't have cable anymore. And then we got something in the mail the other day that said cable and internet for like $44 a month, and I was like, wait a minute, we paid more than that just for internet. So I don't know.
Maybe we
need to call them and
take advantage of this deal.
Rethink this.
I would get it if the price is right.
I will let them take my business back by giving me a favorable deal.
No, if that's just sort of an introductory rate, then that's a sucker punch. And I'm like, well, I don't want this thing to get jacked in 3 months because screw it, I'll just go back to this.
I would tell them that has to be my rate.
Rate.
Otherwise, I would just go get rid of it again.
Otherwise, it's rape, and we don't need that at all, folks.
Nope.
So this one is a little something that is a variation on a classic...
Why would anyone have cable anymore? I know. Well, so you can see things like...
Haven't actually had a cable package in 3 years?
Jeremy, don't know if I can forgive Lazenby for putting Bond in a lazy cravat.
It was the era, wasn't it? Gonna tell you. It's a very good question. We're getting all of our entertainment from a variety of sources, not cable TV package. I mean, we still have cable from the cable company because we have to have internet.
We have Netflix and Amazon
allows
Prime.
you to watch us right now. So yeah, I haven't cut that cable. Literally, we just don't have the package.
You just did that.
So, looking good. Anyway, we're gonna make a classic with a variation. The classic is called. Yes.
Lori said, "We'll talk to you." Lori said, "We ditched cable and went with YouTube TV."
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Okay, I would listen to that that breakout. The classic is called the Aviation. Now, I wanted to do a variation on this because, of course, one of the big icons that comes up in the introduction to this show that we're celebrating right here is Mysterious Disappearances, Amelia Earhart. Classic, mysterious disappearance. When you look at the actual story by what she was doing, she was on the final leg of an around the world, hopping from like an island in the Pacific, intending to go all the way to this other island that was like 3,000 miles. It's this huge distance.
Yeah.
Guess what? They missed the navigation. They missed the island. What happened? They probably had to ditch somewhere. Not that mysterious. You're just not going to find her because the ocean at that point is like 1.5 miles deep. So if the plane is on the ocean floor, good luck. You would have better luck finding the Titanic, which somebody did.
Which they did.
So
it's not really a good example.
Not really a good example. But again, if you're trying to find anything that sinks in the South Pacific, good luck. There were stories. 3 different people on this show claimed to have figured out where she ended up, and she was in a prisoner of war camp and blah blah blah. And they were all different stories, and they all had reams and reams of evidence. I don't know.
Gene asked, "Did cable TV cause COVID-19?" I don't think so.
I don't think so. Some of it may be exacerbating the issues, but no. Anyway, the Aviation is a classic that is made with gin. It's a gin drink, and is made normally with maraschino liqueur, which is a really good thing to do with this. It's like a maraschino sour. The variation here is I am going to use.
He's calling this one
the Aviatrix. Ha ha! Which is, there, I could use that term.
Aviatrices.
Aviatrices. How often do you use either of these terms these days? People probably think it's a sexist term.
Never. I say pilot.
I just, well, it's
when the pilot is female, I say pilot.
Pilot. Yeah, pilot is pilot, right? Of course, or aviator is aviator. You wouldn't think about it. I think there's actor, actress, and that's probably sexist too.
No, but it's actor, actor.
Actor is good. That's good.
It's actor.
But I kind of like being able to say Aviatrix because it's got an X in the name. Trix, bang. That's kind of.
You just want to say tricks.
It's something fun, Anyway, I don't insist on anything.
She removed her radio antenna and her parachute so the plane would weigh less. Not kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
That's probably not episode 2.
We watched that episode.
So I'm replacing the maraschino normally used in this with a different liqueur. This is peach. This is Pêche de Vigne from Giffard. Excellent brand. It really has a nice peach aroma.
We replaced their maraschino with peach
liqueur. What'd you think?
Let's see if they notice.
Actually, it does taste different and better. So I'm using Folgers crystals in this. Bang. There we go. Half an ounce of lime
juice. We should do a cocktail with Folgers crystals.
That means we have to get some Folgers crystals.
We should do. Okay, this is how you know we're old. According to the stats for COVID-19, we're old.
So
we
they
fall
say.
into the category of old.
Old.
But
Hold on.
We should do it like a 70s and 80s commercials. Live.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ancient Chinese secret.
I want to throw a couple dashes of orange bitters onto that because I do like to use the orange bitters in something like this. If you don't have bitters, I think that by definition you don't really have a cocktail. You may have a highball. You may have a short hoist. You may have all sorts of things, but bitters kind of make the cocktail. That's an old definition. It's not cast in stone, and if your cocktail doesn't have them, what the hell?
I disagree.
Most people do not make martinis with bitters. I think they're improved with some orange bitters. That's a personal choice.
I think you can make a drink and not... You can make a cocktail and have it not have bitters. I think that's anal.
It's somebody's definition. I happen to like that definition, but I don't force it on anybody.
To use the vernacular, I think that's anal.
2 ounces of your gin, half an ounce of the peach liqueur. I would definitely use a really nice peach liqueur because there's not much in here. Half ounce of the lime juice, and now you get a nice sour. Ready?
Give me a cheese with nothing.
Could you?
Fill it to the rim.
Shall we actually go from there? Nothing?
All right, we gotta do this.
Inanity. Complete inanity. Shake with ice. Pretty hard. and let rest for a moment.
Hello, Wayne.
Oh boy, I've got a big yes on that.
70s and 80s commercial program. Oh yeah, I know. I think we got to do that.
We have 101 80s commercials over there from my buddy Moto that he grabbed onto DVD from 80s VHS tapes that are all
so good.
A lot of them are very local New York commercials. Oh boy, the Big Apple. Things like Peter and John, you're going to remember and say, oh geez, the commercials for like
Crazy
the Mystery of Edwin Drood, all those Broadway commercials.
Oh yeah, Crazy Eddie.
Some good Crazy Eddies. But definitely.
LD. That's my favorite.
Just the king of them all.
There's just this store called LD.
All right. That's pretty full. A lot of sap. So I'm going
and it's this old guy doing the commercials for his store. Like he's the owner and he has zero charisma. But he does his own commercials. Nice. And then he has like his little granddaughter going like, shop at LD at the end. It's hilarious. Oh wait, you're not done.
I'm not done. I just need to make some room. I'm going to make some more room in fact.
Hi, Gina.
Well, hello. Little spilly.
Oh my gosh.
Clean that up a bit.
Look at that.
Who beats the whiz? Nobody.
Nobody beats the whiz. Even I didn't even move to New York until 1990, and I remember those commercials. Nobody beats the whiz.
We knew a guy who worked there. I don't think he's tuning in tonight. And I remember him about the place saying, all right, so first of all, the joint's called the Whiz, which is a synonym for... It's a dodge for,
it's slang.
It's slang for, and it's like, and then they had to change the corporate name to Nobody Beats the Whiz. And he's like, this is getting much worse the more they go along. So it's like that thing from Kimmy Schmidt, like, all the big box stores have dirty names.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, hilarious. I forget the lineup of them, though. BJ's.
Oh, it was BJ's. It was Carol Kane.
Carol Kane. Hilarious line.
And Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. She's like, all the box stores have dirty... Oh, no, American chain stores. All American chain stores have dirty names. BJ's Wholesale Club, The Gap, The Whiz, Dick's Sporting Goods.
It's all dirty. So here's the kicker.
Larissa's son actually said, where's the beef? He probably wasn't even born.
At that point in time, of course, that was a famous thing. Probably something that helped, the president at the time win the re-election because he used it as a campaign thing. I'm looking at him and I'm saying, where's the beef? Ha ha ha! I'm voting for him again. Bang zoom. All right, who can name the gal who was in the commercial? Ready? I will do this then.
I can.
Yep. So the final bit is you take about 1/3 of an ounce of creme de violette, which is a very dark blue, and you slip it in like that. And it doesn't really mix that well, but it forms that little
to the bottom. It's very
layer.
Pretty.
I think I made an aviation on the air before.
You have.
Here, I'm going to very carefully place this down so you can give that.
Treasure, you can have my empty glass. I'll take the full one.
Thank you very much.
Aviatrix. Oh, that's good.
Isn't that good?
You know what? It's I'm definitely getting the peach, but it's not so much peach that I'm like.
Well, there are some peach liqueurs which will go unnamed, which are probably kind of aggressive with fairly chemically taste, and I don't recommend those.
Aggressive Peach would be a good band name.
The Aggressive Peach. Peter, wasn't that your first band?
Aggressive Peach.
Kind of a hardcore band, kind of a metal band, little tough guys, but they were sensitive,
Aggressive Peach. No, they were aggressive. It was Aggressive Peach.
Big fun. So anyway, anybody who was a gal who actually was speaking? Where's the beef on the commercial?
I know.
She was an elder stateswoman for such things. I don't think she was noted for anything until that commercial, and I think she made a mint. Good for her. We'll allow people on both platforms to ring in. You can look it up, I suppose.
There's no prize, but
there's no prize.
There's no prize involved. So.
I'll give you the fabulous no prize in a minute.
I wouldn't bother Googling. If I
in the meantime, again,
there's nothing to be gained.
The Aviatrix is just an aviation. You sub out peach for the maraschino. The maraschino liqueur is not the stuff that's in a jar of the cherries, although classically it was. It is actually a liqueur.
Edna Something is a good band name too.
Edna Something? Yeah. Edna Something? Yeah.
Clara Peller.
Bang! Give the gal a prize. Here's your famous no prize. Bang! Satellites got it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Famous no prize. Awesome.
Everyone Googled.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just had that information.
Maybe you knew it.
Maybe you just had that information at hand.
Google should be able to tell you these things. Anyway, you can make an aviation if you have all the ingredients. It's pretty simple. It's a great thing. Some formulas do not tell you about the violette. I think it's critical because that is that little blue layer, like little layers of the atmosphere if you're like flying very high.
It's just missing something if you don't have that.
It adds a little bit of bitterness to it. The violette is a liqueur. It's fairly sweet, but it has a severe amount of bitter because it's made from violet petals. So it's got some tannic acid in there. So that's kind of
like satanic. It has satanic
acid. What? Different episode. Actually, I think there are some episodes on there about satanic rites and things. Yeah. The show ran for something like 8 years. There's a gazillion episodes.
I think it was 6.
6 anyway? 76 to about 82 or 83.
It was 82.
And then before all that, years before that, there were 4 specials, which were hosted not by Nimoy, but by Rod Serling. So there's some prehistory to this whole show.
Yep.
They covered everything. Every piece of whack job phenomena. Some of it is like earthquakes.
Or Marsquakes.
Or Marsquakes, take your pick. Or exploring Mars, which is that's just physical phenomena. It's not like whack stuff. But then they go into UFOs and Bigfoot, and you're like, oh, cryptozoology.
Those are, I have to say, those are my favorite. Cryptozoology. And speaking of,
we did all of that at the time. As young people, I was into all this junk. It was a lot of fun. Bigfoot was big in that period when I was growing up, and loved it all. I got to say, as much as I know it's a bunch of junk, I have a soft spot for the schlock science. You know.
Speaking of, you want to hand me a ginger beer, please? Because I am going to go into my next drink. Speaking of cryptozoology.
Is it behind me?
It's in the fridge.
Glad to do it. And great comment from John. Like on one of the liquors in the aviatrix sinks to the bottom. Oh! Whoops!
Yeah, that is kind of a happy accident. Oh, no, she said it.
To something or other.
Of all the poor taste.
Oh, poor taste. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do a mocktail because we love everyone here.
Everybody got to do.
I have a mocktail. Hello, Amanda.
Hello.
Oh, I guess I need an opener, don't I?
You do.
It's not a screw cap.
That is
right.
You don't want to do
Pardon
that.
me.
Hey.
Okay.
It might be, but it's going to be really hard to get off of there. Use a topper.
Do this. Okay. So, for my next drink.
Hiya, Tom. Glad you could drop in.
See you later.
Awesome. In a future episode, BTW, there may be food, and it may be a tinned pork product. Just saying.
Oh.
Ho, ho.
Yeah.
We can do that on the air.
All right.
We actually managed to procure a quantity of this stuff.
Here's me touching the ice again. Okay. My next drink, which I'm making in a glass. This glass rocks.
Can you tell?
Is
kind of totally coordinates with the ice bucket. I'm just saying.
The Nessie Jr. So on the Loch Ness Monster episode, they were talking about all the potential offspring of the Loch Ness Monster. So we decided to call this one Nessie Jr. And do this. I'm going to do this without spilling on the keyboard. I'm going to start with 3 ounces of mint tea, which will be 2 of these.
Mm-hmm. You just brew a regular mint tea?
Yes, it is just a regular mint tea.
Well, okay then.
And then I'm going to add a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice, which I need the other side for, but...
Hello, Lisa and Errol!
Hello, Lisa and Errol! Glad to have you here. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so that was 3 ounces of mint tea and a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. And I'm going to top it with a splash of ginger beer.
Ginger beer.
All right.
You're working sort of a mojito thing.
Yeah, sort of a non-alcoholic
without the booze.
mojito. All right.
I might do something similar.
And then
this?
I'm going to add, give it a light stir, and then add
a bit.
Some fresh mint.
How about one of those mints, please?
No.
I might want to use that.
I'm glad you said that because
that's why I
was about to plop it in.
2.
I thought you just were giving me a dense mint
pack of mint. We actually have a bunch of mint coming up in the yard,
Junior.
so, you know, it's definitely Mai Tai season, but you can do great non-alc with it as well.
Mm.
And when you're done for the evening, it's great to be able to pull on one of these and say, oh.
Hey, I'm glad Lucy and Errol are here.
You know, I'm not a really big fan of mint tea, but it works very well.
I like this.
And with the fresh mint, yeah, for sure.
All right, Nessie Jr.
Nessie Jr.
3 ounces of mint tea,
mm-hmm.
½ ounce of fresh lime juice, and a generous splash of ginger beer.
Hello. Sounds marvelous.
Yep. I'm enjoying it. Okay.
Ping. There we go.
So does whoever here is familiar with In Search Of, or even if you're not, do you have a favorite episode?
Yeah, whip it on us. I remember certain ones from the era,
mm-hmm.
and there's some that we've been watching recently, and I could definitely throw some favorite themes out there, for sure.
We'll do it.
Okay. Well, I remember distinctly seeing the one about ancient Egyptians and the pharaohs and all that.
Ancient aliens?
Ancient aliens? No, it was just Egypt. I mean, there are those who say that, oh, well, they had help building the pyramids from aliens. And I think, that's kind of insulting to the Egyptians. But anyway,
Kathy.
I think they were able to put up these large edifices of limestone just by using a little mathematics, okay? They had figured this out. It was a big civilization. They conquered North Africa. Got it? So, that one talked about some sort of ceremony with these 2 women, like, reprising an ancient Egyptian ceremony and doing it. And, you know, some thought that this was offensive to the ancient gods. And then that night, one of them, like, was asleep, and a hand reached across her face, and in the morning she was blind, you know? I think this is total BS, but at the age of 10 watching this, I was like, wow, you know? And then, of course, there's what we're watching right now, Easter Island.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Easter Island.
Rapa Nui is a favorite.
Hi, Jamie.
Of course, well, you know. But anyway.
Hey. Jamie's here.
All conspiracy theories are insulting to other conspiracy theories. Well, certainly to fact. But, you know.
They are insulting to fact.
Bermuda Triangle, yeah. Oh, that's
Bermuda Triangle, I love that. And we watched one the other day, the Great Lakes Triangle,
which is why
I used the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald on.
This is what the wreck is all about. The thing is, here's the thing. As far as like,
here's the thing.
I want to tell you something. Let me tell you something. The thing about these whole ideas that like this is something mysterious going on in the sea, I think, well, let's see. The
Coco,
triangle,
I think that would be great.
The Bermuda thing is supposedly a roughly triangular shaped area bounded by Bermuda, giving it its name, Cuba,
mm-hmm.
and Florida, tip of Florida there. So you got this little area, and it's just like, this is a uniquely hazardous bit of ocean, and strange things happen there, and ships sink without warning, blah, blah, blah. And I think, well, in actuality, it's an area of ocean. You have a couple of different bodies of water meeting there. You've got the Gulf of Mexico on one hand. You've got Caribbean on the other hand. You get Atlantic Ocean. So you have like all the trade winds like moving down this way and all that. So basically, you've got an area where a lot of activity happens in the ocean. And you also have an area where weather patterns can whip up in minutes. Yep. And if you're and what happens, what do you also have there? You have a lot of small craft, aircraft, small boats, pleasure boats, boats doing other things between Cuba and Miami that are just cruising back and forth. And when you're a tiny craft and suddenly you've got a bloody gale, it's like you are probably in trouble. So you see a lot of sunk craft at the bottom of that bit there. It's like, I am not too surprised. Nobody's too surprised. You know, if you're in a small light airplane, you may be in serious trouble. And it's, you know, whatever. What is so crazy about that? That's just a bad piece of ocean. And it's the same with the Great Lakes.
The lizard man of Lee County.
The lakes experience fantastically bad weather. A huge tanker can sink. So,
Lori's, anything with 3 points is a triangle. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, you know, there's a real big dub on all
the
this.
Great Lakes Triangle, the Bermuda
Triangle. The big
Triangle.
mysteries. And then there was some documentary in that period that was narrated by Vincent Price. Was he collecting a paycheck? Yeah. And it was all about the big mystery about the missing bombers and all that stuff. And you look into the story behind that, and that is all BS. It's all BS. It's a bunch of crap.
Exactly.
Faked facts.
Other things.
Just saying.
Peter liked Bigfoot. I like Bigfoot too.
Back in that period of time, I remember distinctly being all about Bermuda Triangle, UFOs, Bigfoot. Those are probably the big 3. But then you also had Evel Knievel, which wasn't actually mysterious at all. It was just a joker trying to jump things and failing. And then, of course, you also had some guy named Dan Cooper gets on an airplane in 1971.
Yeah, D.B. Cooper.
Reveals that he has a bomb. Probably wasn't really a bomb. Demands a ransom, collects it, jumps out of the airplane, and disappears. That is a fascinating little bit, and there's a huge amount of research on that. Never found. They found some of the money years later. It turned up, and that just adds to the mystery. So that is a good episode. That's a good episode of the show. They treated Dan Cooper.
But I think if he was... They did. They did do a D.B. Cooper episode. I'm just wondering if... I don't know.
I can't tell you.
I'm not going to tell you I know, because I don't know. But if he had lived, why would he have ditched some of the money?
This is the question of the questions.
If I had lived through that, I would have
I'd take all
of the money.
I would take all the money. If I had stolen that money, I would take the money, wouldn't I? I'm not about to steal money, by the way. I'm not advocating stealing money, and I will definitely not advocate.
You have to say that.
Jumping out of
a
large aircraft.
Again.
Oh boy. I definitely do not recommend jumping out of a passenger aircraft in terrible weather over Seattle with a janky parachute and civilian clothes. The man probably just hit the trees and died. Who knows? Very remote part of.
Yeah. I have to restart the computer to read your comments because it crashed again.
We'll get there. Boom, 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 boom. Ping. Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, we still look pretty good over here. I guess we look good to you. Say hi, folks. Hello, folks.
Yeah, I like that. Well, we still look good over here.
Say hello, Gracie. Yeah. Well, if this thing starts to slow down or whatever, I know that the broadcast is in trouble.
Oh no, it's not the broadcast. It's this computer.
Yeah, this is giving us some issues.
Seen better days and better evenings.
We need to clear some hard drive space. I'm just
saying.
Think
so?
Yeah.
All right. Just waiting for it to start back up. I was thinking wow, people aren't commenting, and I'm like, no, the computer's crashed again.
Second time the other happens. I tell you. I just need to clear things off. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the drive period. Just hit cancel on that if you would.
What? You want to open?
Hit cancel. But I don't want everything open. I want just what was open on this. So when you hit Google Chrome, it will prompt you and say, do you want to?
Yes. Restore my pages.
There we go. And away we go. Do we actually need this thing from NASA?
Yes, I was going to read it before my next...
wow, people aren't thinking. I'm like, no, the computer.
There.
Did you turn on the closed captioning again?
I did not. Because they didn't go to the quality video.
He says he didn't, but...
The last time we were at the little gear.
Okay, here we go. Saying. All right.
I'm just saying. So I reckon we're still here. Comments are still happening, but we have to go to 4 different levels to get you back, folks.
Oh, see, the closed captions are auto-generated.
Oh, they are? Oh, that's why. They
okay, wait, go back to the gear. Wait, where's the gear?
It says HD. Right next to the phone. So, captions right on top. And ping! Thanks.
You know,
go again with it, and then just click it again.
I don't like to bite the hand that feeds, but I'm kind of hating Facebook at this moment. And they did do Jimmy Hoffa. Yes. Okay, we can finally read your comments again.
Excellent,
okay.
Excellent.
Are you saying there are logical explanations for the strange phenomena
No, absolutely not. Nimoy would not lie to you.
Probably shouldn't jump out of a plane in any weather. You know, Jeremy, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Apparently, the man himself... By the way, he wasn't calling himself DB.
Oh, see, Coco, big Yeti fan.
Oh,
yes,
there we go.
Yes, there are Yeti.
You get Yeti,
for sure.
You get Yeti and Sasquatch. You take your pick. Large, hairy hominids, either in the snow or in the Pacific Northwest, whatever the heck. I'm just going to throw out a name there, Bob Hieronymus, and you can do with that what you will. Oh my!
All right, no problem.
We can get that back. But in terms, the DB himself never actually called himself DB. He was on the passenger manifest. He's listed as Dan Cooper, and some joker scribbler actually got it wrong, and he became DB forevermore. He was a fairly nondescript looking dude, but he seemed to know the area. I actually read a little bit about this. You might know. I didn't actually see the In Search of episode though, and he chose the airplane specifically because it had a rear exit. So that in flight, they could lower that. And he knew that they could lower the stairs from the stewardess side of things. And he could drop out of there and drop out of sight.
Okay. I'm just getting the measurements for my next drink so that I can close this because We got to close as many things as we can because
apparently so. You want to read that thing from NASA?
Because this computer's going to crash again.
Yep.
I do want to read the thing from NASA.
So, but agreed.
So that we can close it before our computer crashes again.
So, what does NASA have to say about the sun?
So my next drink
which is
will
a
be
massive
called
incandescent gas.
The Infant Sun. Because we also watched an episode about the infant sun. So I just thought I would read about the formation of the sun. The sun and the rest of the solar system formed from a giant rotating cloud of gas and dust called a solar nebula about 4.5 billion years ago.
Billions and billions of years.
As the nebula collapsed because of its overwhelming gravity,
pulsing
it
together,
spun faster and flattened into a disk. Most of the material was pulled toward the center to form our sun, which accounts for 99.8% of the mass of the entire solar system.
And there's some big planets out there, you know.
And then I like this, just for a happy capper.
Just because NASA will tell you these things.
Like all stars, the sun will someday run out of energy. When the sun starts to die, it will swell so big that it will engulf Mercury and Venus and maybe even Earth.
Sorry. Gonna get kind of hot? Yeah.
And on that note, delete. That was from NASA. So before you take me to task for my science, that was from NASA.
Yeah, your science. No, actually, it was science.
Hi, Sandy.
No quotes, just science.
Oh,
anyway.
Yes, Sandy. Tiki Thursday. Yeah. See you there.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And Pete, hi.
Bing. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, hello.
So my next drink is going to be called the Infant Sun, but I'm just going to finish Nessie Jr. first, unless you want some Nessie Jr.
I'll take a little Nessie Jr. and you can work on that, son. Hey, Pete, are you going live on Friday again? You want to drop that in the comments? People might want to take a look at a little bit of DJ fun from Peter because he is doing some fun things these days.
John has heard Jupiter was almost a second sun.
Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Twin suns orbiting?
Oh my gosh.
Well, it would be more like sun and star because Jupiter is pretty far away.
All right. I'll use this one.
Of course, John, you understand that the second stop is Jupiter.
Oh my gosh. Hanging out in D.B. Cooper land. Oh, right.
Ah, there we go. Bing, bing. Mount St. Helens.
That sounds great.
Oh, that's another thing about this. Apparently, he dropped right around that area. And apparently some of the evidence that might have been found, if it hadn't been found by that point, was probably destroyed in 1980 when Mount St. Helens blew its top.
Yep.
So we'll probably never know certain things about Dan.
Oh, the cap is really...
kind of tight, huh?
Kind of tight on there.
Was that coconut rum? Sticky stuff.
So this is the Infant Sun. And I didn't go for the obvious... Let's just add orange juice to this. There's no orange juice in it.
Well, if you're adding like a rum and orange, you're really working on a sort of...
There is orange, but just orange bitters.
I'm trying to think what you're working on in that case. Well,
hi, John.
Orange blossom, that kind of thing.
We travel the spaceways.
Planet to planet.
So this was 1.5 ounces of coconut rum.
I frequently find myself just humming the tune to Rocket Number 9. It just... sticks in your craw.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff behind this bar.
It's a really peculiar rhythm, and I just love it. I think the man was right. Second stop is Jupiter.
And then I'm going to add 1/2 ounce of the Kraken Black Roast coffee rum.
Oh, the Kraken Black Roast. Haven't used that in a bit.
That's a good one.
It is still on the shelves in certain markets, although it's supposed to be
limited edition, but you can still get it.
Because of our current conditions, people may not have bought all the bottles of the stuff. Yep. We recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It is very dark, and it's got a nice roasty coffee flavor.
One of the last times we went to a liquor store before we went into lockdown, I still saw it there.
So the sun's going to enlarge and gobble Uranus? Very funny, Kerr.
Good one.
Well, somebody had to say it.
I was just joking like that earlier.
So
okay.
Hello, Scott.
And then, hi, Scott. 1/2 ounce of ginger liqueur.
Oh, which ginger are you using?
I'm using Putney Mountain Winery.
From Vermont?
Yes, from Vermont. Ginger liqueur, which is really good.
We also recommend an excellent product from Brooklyn.
Yes. Barrow's Intense.
I think you're right, John. And I think I might have some recordings of such things. Could be.
3/4 ounce fresh lime juice.
By the way, Kate, there's markings on this glass that she can eyeball very well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. They're
She's
I got
solving
markings
that.
on here. I'm not.
She's not just pouring, you know. You could end up really in trouble that way.
Yeah, no, I like to measure. I'm a measuring gal.
You measure and pour.
10 dashes
Measure and
of
pour.
orange bitters.
That sounds about right.
I want this to have a lot of orange bitterness.
Bitterness.
I have some dripped on you, didn't it?
It's okay.
Okay.
There we go.
I need a. What happened to my measuring tin?
10.
Ah, thank you.
There you go.
I'm going to touch the ice again because it's just the two of us. If you were here, I would use a scoop.
Shucks. True. You can't be here, but you can be
But if you were here,
here.
I would use a scoop.
Yeah. You can be here with us despite not being here. I thought for a long time that having a live audience would be great because I can hand them drinks and we don't have to have them all at once, which is a little heavy sometimes. And we like to share.
Could you give me a large cocktail glass, please?
Tell me your way.
Thank you.
Going down.
Okay. This is the infant son.
How about this guy?
No,
No.
that's filthy.
Oh. I hope this one is not. You know what? We'll make it clean.
No, that one's all right. Thank you.
Coming away.
Straight into a cocktail glass.
In answer to John's question.
So dark. The infant son is dark.
Answer to John's question, maybe.
Mmm. Ooh, the infant son is good.
The infant sun is dark, isn't it?
It is very dark.
Isn't that what happens when it's the ancient sun? When it explodes into a
I
giant
didn't want to just do something with
red giant and then
orange
collapses
juice.
right
That's
down
boring.
into a black hole. It should look like this. There we go. Oh, that's quite nice. Here's the kicker, though. If I was actually drinking black hole, oh boy, big trouble.
I like it.
And by the way, somebody name checked Doctor Who earlier. If you're thinking Hitchhiker's
Peter.
Guide, and if you're thinking I'm about to whip on you something spacey like a pan-galactic gargle blaster, think again. Wise guy.
He's not.
Like old sun, when it comes.
Pearl cake. So the sun's going to enlarge and gobble your eyes. Yeah, exactly.
Did refer to that gag. It's great. It's great. But John, send me a PM about that. We'll work on that. I could have sworn that I had done something for you on that, and if I haven't, it's about time that I revisited some of those recordings and did something with them. And we got some time right now, a lot of time.
Do you really feel like you have a lot of time? I
Yep.
feel like I'm busier in quarantine than I ever was before.
I am busy as hell, but the fact is I have a lot of time where I'm doing something and something else could be happening.
I know.
And I could be monitoring it.
Maurice, I'm
There
with you. Whenever we have a party or people over, I take them out and watch them, and I'm like, dang, how did this get so dusty?
Yeah, you know, because you don't live in a clean room house.
No.
If
we
if your
really
house
don't.
was monitored by NASA and you had these huge air cleaners, it's like, oh, spotless, you know. But otherwise, there is so much junk. And I realized this because I recently put a new needle on the cartridge on the turntable, and it's got a little brush. And the brush is designed to stabilize things, and it spins. And at the end of the thing, you take a look at it, and it's got a big dust ball on it. Every record, and you're like, wow, I'm playing through all that crap. Damn, no wonder things sound noisy. So I got a little brush to sweep off the brush so we can keep things clean. But it's like constantly things are falling. Bits of dust are falling. It's
Yep.
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Do you
Big
have
fun.
another one in mind?
I might just, but I'm going to try yours again because, hey, black hole sun. Here. Oh, wait. Copyrighted material.
Oh, because we never record copyrighted material.
Well, not for money anyway. Not without a license.
It's not like we're getting paid for this either. So.
We do have original material up on the interwebs that you can find. YouTube channel has a whole playlist of music videos that you can see. If you haven't seen them, check them out. We've been doing some more recent things which are of commercially available material.
They recorded a sunset on Mars. Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
That's very cool.
Well, that's kind of like way cool. Hello.
I feel like we need... Hi, Tom. I feel like we need to do a drink called Sunset on Mars.
Sunset on Mars. You've heard of Tequila Sunrise? You've heard of the Madras? How about a different special effects drink, the Sunset on Mars?
Sunset on Mars. Ooh.
Does it need Saurian brandy? Can't get that. So.
Might have a little more Nessie Jr.
You have some more Nessie Jr. and I will work on another
space out my drink
thing. If you want to call up the Canada again, I haven't nailed down exactly what I'm doing, so I'm going to do it live.
You've got two choices. I can just tell you. Insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
That's the one.
Or, hi, John. All right, if you want to do that one, you do that one.
Yeah, that's what I was intending.
I have some more drink names that still need drinks.
These are directly from episodes, by the way. The insignificant cluster, wasn't that referring to the sun?
Yes. Insignificant cluster of dust and gas. I thought that was hilarious.
It's a big nothing, they said. It's like, oh, gee, thanks. It just powers this whole thing, that's all.
Insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
Hey, look, here's the thing. This was a good question on the straight dope
Romulan ale.
Oh. Good question on the straight dope a while ago. It takes 8 minutes for sunlight to get from our star to us. So if the sun were to go out instantaneously, like somebody yanks the chain on the sun, how long is it before we start getting cold? And it's like, well, 8 minutes. But really, the planet is warm. How long is it before we start getting cold? And there was actually a whole reasoned out answer to that, which is kind of interesting.
All right, well, good.
I forget what it is. You'll have to look it up. But...
Oh, good.
In actual truth, this can't happen because the sun will get huge before it gets tiny. So it'll probably just engulf the Earth in a fantastic fireball of incandescent gas. And there we go.
Insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
I think it's become more significant from that point. Although when you look
hasn't been that long.
When you look at the night sky with a huge, huge number of points of light, and then you look at a telescope and there's even more, you're like, our little star is not.
Wow, we're an insignificant cluster of dust and gas. An insignificant cluster,
yeah. It's pretty tiny. It is a bunch of gas that is just blowing up all the time. It's basically a huge atom bomb. That's it. Hydrogen into helium. Boom. There we go. That's it. Which is
It's such a fun discussion.
If you light off a hydrogen bomb, that's what you're doing. It's an H to HE reaction. That's all the nerdy you need right now. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to start with a chimney, which has all these fun boomerangs and looks a little alien. I thought that was fun. And we're going to ice that.
And I feel like I should be writing this down somewhere. I know.
Possibly should. If you could, that would be good.
I got it.
I have to have some fairly crushed ice here because that's how it comes out of the bag.
All right.
It's got some more ice recently when we dared go to the supermarket and I was like, get ice,
Oh, yeah. Our trip to the supermarket. That was our big highlight of the week. Our trip to the supermarket.
It's like finding toilet paper.
It's like a children's book. My trip to the supermarket.
This is just a name, folks. It really is. Yoink. I think I will build in glass.
We try not to go.
We try. We fail. No, we did once. We've been working without doing it for some time now. Where is the pointing the shot?
I used it.
Is it right there?
No, here it is.
Thank you. I'm sure this will not make any damn difference whatsoever.
No, it had lime juice in it.
That will be perfectly fine. Chimney ice. We're going to build in glass. I want something that looks like an insignificant mass of dust and what?
Gas.
And gas, yeah. So it should look kind of murky and kind of icky, and away we go. I think that this wants to be.
You sound like you have an idea. So.
I have an idea.
Oh, Bill's here. Hi. Naga.
Hey, Nog.
Errol used to be a reactor operator in the Navy. Oh, man.
Fission than fusion.
Wow.
I hope he's more familiar with fission than fusion, because if you get a fusion reaction going on, oh boy.
Okay. Sounds like my ex-wife.
And I believe at one point we had Doug here. I don't know if he's still here. No, he's a man who is familiar with fission. Yes. Hello. Thank you, all of you atomic scientists.
Oh. Yolanda finally got rice. We had to order rice.
We did. It was.
Oh my gosh.
Is it made by Vitaros, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually the yellow rice. It's a good mix. I made some just last night.
They did have rice at the supermarket, but we managed to spend over $200 just because we're like, we're not coming back here.
I'm not coming back for a while. 3/4 ounce pineapple.
We're not coming back here for a really long time. Wait, 3/4 ounce what?
Pineapple.
Lime? Oh,
Pineapple. I will throw in
Juice.
half ounce of lime.
pineapple juice?
Juice.
Okay.
Juice. Half ounce of lime. Half ounce of lime goes in most every sour we do. Strange, isn't it?
Because
It does the job.
It balances.
It balances. A lot of times you hear me talking about these big blue drinks you get at the beach, and I say, you know what the problem is with that drink? It's got liquor. Where's the sour? It's a big sweet mess. Throw in some sour.
Dust.
Disco dust? Did somebody
It's
say
only fission.
Did somebody say disco dust? Do I have access to disco
Yeah,
dust?
disco dust.
Do I happen to have teal disco dust? Thank you for reminding me.
Teal's not going to match with your green glass, so
It'll work just
you
fine.
could use the pink or something.
I can't find the pink.
It's right there.
Oh.
You're looking at it.
Well, fine. I thought this would. Anyway, pink is great.
Hello, Dan.
Let's throw something else fun in here. I'm going to go with
Oh, that's good.
the Jägermeister Scharf.
For
Yes,
insignificant mass
I'm
of
adding
dust and gas.
the Jaeger.
Oh no, cluster. Insignificant
Cluster.
of dust and gas.
Cluster of duster. This is a half ounce of the Jaeger Scharf. The Scharf is a very specific product that has a big ginger hit. I like it a lot. It's not standard Jaeger.
Oh no. If it was standard Jaeger, I wouldn't be
It's a
mixing
bit-
with it.
I could mix with standard Jaeger, but I'm not going to.
You know, I
Now
don't hate it, but
I'm kind of going to leave that because it's forming some interesting layers. And that's kind of the effect I'm looking for. What else needs to go in here? Let's actually go rogue. I'm going to add half ounce of Ancho Reyes
oh no.
Verde. This is getting weird.
This is getting into Tinseltini territory.
Hello? Did somebody say those magic words?
If you missed the Tinseltini episode,
It's getting murky.
trust me, it was the grossest drink we've ever made.
It was
Well,
not
maybe
good.
second grossest.
Not good.
How much of that?
Half ounce. I need a good base for this, so I'm not sure what. What's in the back of me anyway?
If I were you,
Yeah, I'll take
I would
recommendation.
use tequila.
I'll take that. Yep.
Want me to get it?
I would really appreciate that if you would.
Pardon me.
Thank you very much.
You're
Well,
welcome.
it's good old humidor. The humidor, of course, is the man who, or the woman, who actually cuts the piñas. Who actually goes to the agave plant and chops that up. I'm going to add a shot. That's why I love the pony in a shot. You turn it over, you've got a shot. 1.5 ounces of tequila. This has gone to some pretty weird places.
You need a straw.
I do. Green would be good. Red would be good.
Oh wait,
It's
no,
okay.
green. We got green up here.
Oh, we do?
Yep.
Ah, there we go. Put it in. And for the, as the French say, resistance piece, let's actually top her.
I can't even imagine. Oh, Philip, hello. Thank you for joining us. So Paul is making an insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
Yeah, top with ginger seltzer.
Oh, okay. This should be interesting.
I've made an interesting sour. I hope I've got enough of everything in there. It ended up being a fairly uniform murky green, which is okay.
You didn't disco dust it though.
I didn't disco dust it yet. Now, I had some good layers going, but when I poured the seltzer, I think it kind of made things happen. So I am
Are you
actually...
going to stir it?
No, I think I'll leave it as is. I'm going to grab a little bit of this and dust it with the little pink disco dust.
You know what you could do?
What could I do?
You could put a bunch of the pink disco dust in it and then stir it, and it'll be like a big old alcoholic snow globe.
Let's see if that effect occurs. Well, my fingers are certainly covered with it.
There's not enough in there yet.
It'll be okay. Because I don't think
tried.
this stuff is
I
going to...
tried.
That's not going to work the way that we intend. It's not plastic bits.
I tried.
But I do see some sparkly going on in there. I do. How about that? All right, we're going to try this. You try it.
But you haven't stirred it.
We'll stir it away.
I'm going to stir it.
Dan, more or less, it doesn't have as much booze as the Hurricane. Hurricane is designed to use up rum like mad, like
Well, this one
6
doesn't have
ounces
rum.
of rum.
This one has
This one
tequila.
has tequila.
That's good.
Hello.
I like that.
Hello. Yeah, sometimes we do
Right.
that, John. We actually planned all of the cocktails, and I was thinking about what to do with this. I couldn't quite
This is the
figure
first
it.
one that we.
But I just gathered everything I wanted and then said, I think we can make this happen. I wanted something a little lighter. It only has 1.5 ounce base, not 2. And then the rest of it is fairly low alcohol things or juices. And what do you know?
Alcoholic snow globe. Sounds like my ex-wife.
It's a little gingery, it's a little hot, definitely tequila. I like that. Insignificant mass of dust and gas. Hello?
Cluster.
Cluster. It's a
Insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
If I were to describe a cocktail as a cluster, I think there would be a different 4-letter word attached to that. And this is not that. I have had things that are like that. I don't think I've mixed something like that in a very long time.
Would you mind refrigerating that for me?
Sure.
I'm really enjoying it, but I have another drink idea, so I don't
Oh.
want to down that one and then make another drink because,
Oh,
things could go south.
fast.
6 ounces of rum. Oh, yeah. A hurricane in New Orleans is no joke.
Well, any drink in New Orleans is no joke, starting with the
Yeah.
famous hand grenade. And if that
Yeah.
if that's not all the warning you need, that the actual name of the thing is hand grenade.
I will be finishing that drink later because I did enjoy it.
Yeah, oh, it's good, but definitely good.
No.
The actual story behind, and I suspect this is about correct, behind the hurricane, is that after Prohibition, when I'm trying to think of the restaurant that actually came up with the hurricane. It's
the one of Pat O'Brien's.
Pat O'Brien's. Thank you. So O'Brien's, nice Irish name there in the New Orleans, was trying to get good booze. All of the distributors were overloaded on rum and wanted to get rid of it. So they're like, well, if you want good scotch, you need to buy like 5 cases of rum because they needed to move it. So he's like, all right, fine. The price was good enough. He bought it. But then he's like, what the hell do I do with all this rum? People were not that much in the way of rum drinkers at that point in time. So he said, wait a minute. Suppose they come up with a drink that uses a lot of rum. Got a unique glass in that hurricane glass shape.
That's a good story.
Pour it together, bang, zoom. And people have a few of them, and what do you know? They get a little loaded. Well, it's New Orleans. Big deal.
All
so
right.
it did actually use up a ton of rum. If it's made properly, it's a good drink, but you probably don't want to have too many of them.
Or any of them, but I do enjoy a well-made hurricane.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Well, it's like a cosmopolitan. You've probably all had one that was pretty candy, and you said, it's kind of like a...
Never again.
No,
Never again. Yes. I like satellite emojis.
Oh.
You probably said never again. So I have one more idea.
Stuff is floating around in here. It's kind of
You
hard
should
to
have used
see.
a lot more.
It's kind of hard to see, but it's floating around in there.
I know.
Also
it's
condensing
not,
a lot of water. So
I know it's. Oh wait, did you grab the apple? Oh, it's.
I do have the apple.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Never mind.
You mean the apple? There you go. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, the gin we used earlier is New Amsterdam Stratosphere. It is not their standard blend. It's actually got a very nice London dry profile, and we recommend it. And we do not have any promotional consideration there whatsoever. I just like the stuff.
Nope. Unfortunately,
They didn't pay us, so.
We've been.
Hey!
I remember.
Look who dropped in.
Hi,
Oh, hello,
Carla. Oh my gosh. I remember someone took us to task for using disco dust in drinks. And they said it is not edible. And they basically we were just poisoning people. And I think, whatever. I buy it at the baking store. And yeah, do you? You can leave it out. I didn't tell you had to use it.
I believe if Laurisa's still here, she might be able to opine on the toxic/non-toxic nature of disco dust.
I don't know. I feel like
because she may have used it before.
I feel like between the COVID and the murder hornets, I'll take a chance on disco dust.
I just had some of it. I'm still standing. It's not that toxic.
So anyway, that's my feeling about that.
Hey, Don.
I'm going to I had another idea. So when you watch the early episodes of In Search of, Leonard Nimoy wears...
I thought that was pronounced Nimoy. It's not. It's not. He says Nimoy.
He wears incredibly long blazers, like almost down to his knees.
Zoot suits.
It's really, yeah, it's like zoot suit country. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I decided that there should be a drink called the Long Blazer.
And what do you know what goes into that but some rye?
I'm starting with 2 ounces of rye. I'm using Rittenhouse rye.
Hello, all you PA residents. This is a classic.
Oh, it's a good one.
Back when Pennsylvania made a ton of rye, this is one of the survivors
Rittenhouse
of that.
rye. Like alcohol isn't poison. We all gotta go sometime. I'm sorry, we all gotta go sometime.
Well, you know, I've been drinking it for several years now, and I'm not dead yet, and I'm not about to drink enough to kill me. So there you go.
We took a chance just going to ShopRite yesterday.
I will die of other things.
And then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of Aperol.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to write this one?
I already wrote it out.
Oh, you did. Very good.
I have to say, though, that the supermarket, we hadn't been there since early March. It was a really different experience from when we were there.
One-way lanes, telling you what to do. Nobody was really doing distance, but everybody had a mask.
Well, it's impossible to social distance at the supermarket. I mean,
crowded aisles.
How do you stay 6 feet apart from someone in those tiny little aisles?
Oh, yeah, like crayons on an edible. Well, they're just made out of paraffin and some color. It's like as long as the color isn't titanium dioxide, you're probably fine.
Okay, so that was 2 ounces of rye, a 1/2 ounce of Aperol, a 1/2 ounce of peach liqueur.
We went for the beach. Peach fish. And we got a good gag from Phil who says, if Spock was in the Philippines, he'd be Pinoy Minoy.
I love it.
Minoy Minoy.
And then a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. I do think I want to add to this, though. Okay.
So far, you got a nice cocktail going.
Yeah. I'll see what I think. I'm going to try this.
All sorts of
this
things.
Is all I had,
like
this is all I had added.
But definitely.
I was thinking of a topper, but let's see.
I
might just like it the way it is.
Who is here, Amy?
Amy, hi.
Glad to see you. But boom, boom, boom.
Again, yes, I'm touching the ice, but it's just calling me. If you were here, I would use a scoop.
Isn't disco dust disco cane? Oh, that's very funny. Well, if you were presented with this little vial and you said, snort this, you'd say,
You might not enjoy that.
Don't think so.
You'd get none of the benefits and all of the drawbacks.
But circa when this show was on the air, like in its heyday, and you could go to a place called 54, and there was a half moon up there on the wall. Yeah, I think you got that right, Don.
I never went to Studio 54.
I never did. I was in the city at the time. I was a very young person. My mother didn't take us to 54. I think that there would have been some trouble getting in.
Okay.
My God, we didn't use them all, did we?
No.
Woohoo! Bugger.
Okay. Strain into a cocktail glass.
Oh, Amy was watching John Doe.
Oh.
You know, I really enjoy his work as well.
I'm going to add my little topper. It's really good. I like it, but...
Yep. I will wait for the topper.
I'm going to add a splash of ginger beer to the top.
Hello. That's a nice topper. Just a splash. Not enough to make it really sweet.
Okay.
Just give it some fizz. A ginger hit.
All right. Want to try it?
You should try it because you just mixed it.
I did.
You want to get the final result?
Yep. Splash of ginger beer.
Makes it.
Let me add that.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm getting that grassiness of the rye. That's really coming through.
Yep. I'm a fan of it.
Different. Who was asking earlier about like what goes well with a steak? I think this would be a good choice.
That would, yes. Whiskey drinks.
That would be a good choice.
I don't know if it was Jim. I don't think he's here anymore, but
yep.
Maybe you are if you're still here.
If you are, I'm going to tell you, we got a good one.
Yes, another red one, Maurice. And hello, Kathy again.
The angry red planet remains angry. Angry.
It does.
So angry. Angriest planet in the world.
I like it.
But definitely. Oh, Kathy's here. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Good to see you. Where the coasts are joining us at different points in time because at this point in time it is still it was about 5:20 out there.
It's after 5.
It's after 5. You can finally indulge because you haven't done that all day because you couldn't.
Well, you could. But
well, you shouldn't.
Especially
anyway.
if you're at home.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, we got some good red ones going tonight. You're really working the bitters, the Aperol or the Campari. Those are great things to use. I recommend them both for different purposes.
Yep.
We have, to my left here, I pulled out the bottle of Ramazzotti. I happen to like this. This is an Amaro. It's really good stuff. It's
Are
a
you
little
doing
sweet,
another
very
one
bitter.
for us?
I don't know yet, but I might use this. Who knows? I was pulling
You
out
don't
some
have
things
to.
that I haven't used in a while, just to like remind myself that we own a number of interesting liqueurs. Some of them I don't use because I don't like them very much.
And dairy.
Seriously.
Do you want to tell us which ones you don't like?
No, I don't want to slag off any liqueurs. You know, I will
That's
say
not slagging it off. It's just saying that you don't like it is different from saying it's bad.
All right, I will say the following: that there is a definite and distinct market in the world for Fernet Branca,
Oh yeah, well I don't like that either.
and as a liqueur, the flavor profile is extremely bracing. It's sort of like a big cough drop. It is heavily menthol. Some people just adore it.
I like Lagunitas, John, by the way. This is only drinking Lagunitas right
Oh,
now. I happen to enjoy it.
I like Lagunitas quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely. Well, you don't have a whole shelf of liquor to your left, and that's okay. You don't have to have a whole shelf of liquor. I do, because I run a show. You know, we need to do that, right? However, so we could actually try things, and we can say, yeah, I love this. Yeah, I don't love this. Here's the kicker, though, about the Fernet.
Maurice.
The largest market for that in the world is not Italy, where it's produced, but Argentina. Argentina, which actually has a substantial expat Italian population, drinks a lot of Fernet. And apparently what they do is they stick it in Coca-Cola.
Hi, Cindy.
Now, this sounds crazy. Bitter, sweet stuff inside, sweet soda, but they drink a ton of it. Boom, done. So I cannot fault them at all. You drink what you like. The second thing is, as an ingredient in things in small quantities, it adds a distinct flavor, which I happen to enjoy. So all you need to do is make sure you do not overload. And to my mind, that's just like using all of the Anise liqueurs, like Pernod.
I got
A very little bit Pernod is very good.
Keith, yay!
Hey!
Raised 4,300. Put the link where people can contribute, please.
Drop it down.
For Maikai employees.
Yep.
If you don't know the Maikai, please Google it, because it is the tiki paradise on earth. So, yeah. So please let us know where we can help.
Thanks for. I'm not sure I've seen you
yeah.
here for a while there, kid. I'm glad you dropped in.
Keith did drop by the other day.
You know why I was thinking of you the other day? Because I was smoking something in our chimenea, and I was thinking of the Chinese
ovens at Maikai.
And several years back, I remember being at the Maikai.
And
you were among the crowd.
I gotta read Laurice's comment, because this is so funny.
I got the lamb from the Chinese oven. If you go to the Maikai, you gotta get something from the Chinese oven, because you can't do this at home.
So good.
And I remember saying, "Would you like a rib?" And you're like, "Oh, thank you very much." You know, so it's truly astounding.
Yes.
Anyway, Laurice has to say,
if you were a planet with giant bat spiders, one-eyed monstrosities, green gunky foam, and giant carnivorous plants, you'd be angry too.
What's with all this crap on my planet? Get out of here, will you?
Yeah, I like Ahu's Navy Grog too. I just
yes,
it's just
it uses Fernet.
Yeah. Yes. Tiki Bingo. Yes.
I can't actually tell you what's in there exactly. It does contain Fernet. It does have Fernet, and I like it. I do like that. It's a very good grog. Fernet is like one of those things that is so easy to overdo. If you go a little bit too much this way, you're in trouble. Yep. And really, that's like with Pernod. You know, the classic Don Beach formula: 2 drops of your Angostura bitters, 6 drops of Pernod, no more. But boom, done. The one I cannot stand in any amount in a drink. Not a lot. It's like the Princess and the Pea when she like has 20 mattresses and she feels that. I can feel that pea because I'm a princess. Yeah. This is how I am with chartreuse. Oh. If you use 1 drop of chartreuse in my drink, I'm like, this has chartreuse in it. Gone. Yeah. Nope. Gone. Nope. Nuh-uh. Not doing chartreuse. I hate it. And I have friends who love it and think it's just lovely and will sip it by itself. And I'm like, Here's the funny thing. If you go back about 20 years when we were first doing this cocktail business, well, more, almost 30 by now, I remember... maybe 25. I remember actually, this bar dates back that far, right? I remember picking up an airplane bottle size of chartreuse, the green chartreuse. And I remember trying it and saying, this has a really interesting herbal flavor. And I used it in some things and I thought it was pretty cool. And then I realized that a large bottle of the stuff is really expensive, like $75 expensive.
Yeah.
That's a big investment for something you're going to use very little of. It had better be fantastic. So I hemmed and hawed, and I put it off for a long time. And finally, a couple of years ago, I was thinking, I want to have this because...
We had a gift card.
I wanted to have this because there's one drink that I wanted to make that used the stuff, and you have to have the stuff. It's like if you're making a Singapore sling, you'll find 100 recipes out there, and some of them are closer to what it probably was, and some of them are probably further, and the place that invented it has no idea.
Amy, you're doing God's work. I talked to a friend about chartreuse 2 days ago. You're doing God's work.
Oh, Sambuca. That's very particular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once again, anise liqueurs are very polarizing. In Greece, they drink one hell of a lot of anise liqueur. And it's a common thing.
Yeah,
Ouzo. I think you can find really terrible ouzo and very nice ouzo. I recommend, if you care at all, the nice ouzo. You know, it's like you have Metaxa, which is a sort of a fortified brandy.
I'm okay with Metaxa.
I thought Metaxa was very good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then you have Ritsina, which is a wine that is actually flavored.
I don't think I've had that.
Flavored with pine resin. I think that is probably pretty polarizing. I think I would find it pretty interesting. To tell you the truth.
I think I might be okay with that.
I was definitely good with the Metaxa.
I might be okay with that. I like Metaxa.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sambuca, of course, you're supposed to put the 3 coffee beans in there and light them up. And you probably get that smoky coffee flavor on there. That might improve things. I don't know. Let me tell you. The drink I was trying to make is something that is old enough that it has appeared in some old bar guides. I found it in a more like a 10-year-old bar guide. Somebody actually resurrected this beast called the Alamaguzlam. It has a ton of stuff in it.
I just got a chill up my spine.
Crazy looking thing. It looks totally stupid, but I said, I want to try making this. It makes 3 drinks, so you need to share it.
Errol had it in Italy with coffee beans in it.
Yes, that's how they do it.
That's how they do it. Try that.
I think that would be a fantastic idea. Get yourself some good roasted coffee beans. Probably some nice dark roasted coffee beans, like you might get in Italia. And they know how to do it. They know how to do coffee. They know how to do anise liqueurs, etc. There we go. There are a ton of anise liqueurs. If you use them properly, I think they work very well. That's the thing.
Dano, hi!
Hey, Dano! Boom! Speaking of coffee liqueurs, well, actually, one of the more recent things that Dana was working with, well, about a year ago anyway, we were talking about working with a sort of a martini variation and came up with the limoncello thing, which was really good. I think that moved nicely. Yeah.
Yep. Steely Dan. Oh. Aww.
I forget which song that is. If you could illuminate us, I'd appreciate it. We happen to own the first 3 Steely Dan albums.
Happen to,
just because.
By a complete accident.
In quadraphonic sound. So I can listen to those anytime I like and like, oh, wow, big 70s sound. And I like those records a lot, but I'm not that familiar with the rest of their So, glad to know.
Peter says, I've heard that Sambuca and Earl Grey tea works well. I can see that. I can see that.
So anyway, look, the whole long story getting longer and longer and more boring. Good God.
I forgot you were telling a story.
Will this ever end? I'm Betty Davis. Make the song stop.
I forgot you were even telling a story.
The thing with the chartreuse is that I say, fine, I need all of the ingredients. I needed the chartreuse, but I also needed the Dutch gin, the Genever, because it called for that.
Which we still have.
Actually, we have the Bowles Genever. It's very good.
Yep.
I like that a lot. It's a slightly sweet gin. There are variations on that. They're a little aged, a little yellow. It's a really unique product. It's not London Dry Gin. You would not make a martini with it. It's closer to like Old Tom, actually. But got a bottle of that. I'm like, finally I can make this drink. And I put it all together. We mix it up. We do it. And she says, it's okay. but you can have the rest of mine. And I said, it's okay, but I probably wouldn't make it again. So after all of that, you think, for God's sakes, this is not all that. There's egg white in it, too. There's all sorts of
Dano
crap
shared
going on.
it. Peel, limoncello, and Tito's vodka, 300 servings. Yes, the crawl room at Ohana last year.
I think you actually, like, when you were, by the end of the evening, you had like 12 left or something. It was gone.
I was like, yes, please. Yes, please. I'll take one of those.
It's like when you did Manhattans in the room, people were like, oh, yes, I'd love that.
Yeah.
And I think you sold out of those, too.
Yeah.
The hi-fi room. That's awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Ohana. I'm not going to say anything at all. Life is what it is. We're doing our best with what we got. We're Chile, Mexico on the island of Yelapa. Oh, really?
I've never had that.
Oh, there's all sorts of weird things out there. I remember having some really weird Italian bitter liqueur at John and Missy's place in Warwick. He had this oddball bottle of stuff. It was fairly high proof.
I remember that.
It looked like an Amaro. It was the color was bright red, Anglo red, planet red.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was very licorice. It was very anise, and it was very sweet, and it was very boozy, and it was basically horrible. It was just like a dare.
But it was in a great bottle.
It was a cool
bottle. If I recall correctly.
Like volcanic rock bottle. It was wow, this is so cool.
Bottle. You know? I would have bought it too.
At the end of the day, you're like, yeah, I'll put that on my shelf, and it will stay there, and we're not going to drink it.
We have made limoncello. Bill. We haven't lately, but we did.
I think we still have some limoncello that we've made.
Do we?
It's very easy to make.
We have some that someone brought to our party.
It steeps pretty quickly. It's very good. We have a bottle from them. Yeah, that one's very good too. It's not hard to make. You can look it up on the internet. You can find the ingredients. It's not a big deal. And if you make it, it is fantastically fresh flavor.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's just great.
It's really good to make your own.
Honestly,
hi, Marcy.
Reminds me a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah, yes, Marcy. Dano does a good crawl room. I gotta say.
Dano does a good crawl.
He does a good crawl room.
The Flernum. Now, this is a cocktail syrup from the Caribbean, which is heavily lime, ginger, and allspice flavored. It's really quite good.
We got ginger.
You can make that overnight. Oh, yeah, we finally got ginger. Yeah.
Hi, Bruce. Yeah, we braved a trip to the supermarket yesterday for the first time in 2 months, and we got
the damn ginger.
So I want to try making ginger beer.
Hello.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we need some yeast, don't we?
Do we? Okay.
Gotta find a brewing store that's open.
That.
We'll try. You can order it.
But we can make ginger syrup again, or ginger liqueur.
I will make ginger syrup tomorrow because we're almost out.
I want to make ginger liqueur too. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Barrett's, which is from Brooklyn, which is fantastically fresh. Great flavor.
Lisa said they had limoncello in Venice. It was so bad they left the bottle behind. Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man, that's harsh.
Yeah.
And if it's that bad, and in Italy,
leave it.
That's like having bad pizza in Italy. What happened?
Yep.
What happened? What's wrong? You should be fired.
Oh, Amy, I will take you up on that.
In a minute.
That's
in a
hilarious.
Minute. That is all kinds of awesome. I love it. Who was a flame with coffee beans?
Oh, okay.
I was.
Ryan. Yeah. Hello, Ryan. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Glad to see you here. It's all fantastic.
That sounds great.
There are all sorts of stories out there about all sorts of things that people have tried at this age or that. I mean, when I was a kid, the only thing I had that had alcohol was like creme de menthe on ice cream, which is a classic,
Oh, yeah.
Creme de menthe vanilla ice cream. And it was like, it's like 20 proof. It's not a big deal,
No.
Nothing to it. It's just a way.
But it's green, so it's fun.
So it's fun. Yeah. All that is a means of preserving flavor. All of these things are a means of preserving flavor so that they last. The alcohol preserves the flavor, and it does it for a long time. We made limoncello a long time ago. You pop that bottle, it really still smells like it. It's been a while since I made the ginger liqueur. It still tastes like ginger, fairly strong too. These things last. In my experience, the only thing that doesn't really last that much is coffee. Coffee liqueur starts to decay. So, but it infuses very fast. You could probably make it in a matter of hours.
Well, I would think cinnamon would be the same way.
We've
made cinnamon liqueur.
The cinnamon actually lasts. Cinnamon is very strong. I've got cinnamon syrup out there that's been kicking around for probably a year. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Don't say that.
I threw a shot of booze in it. It's going to last forever.
Okay, all right.
You always do that with liqueurs so that they get preserved. Otherwise
Syrups.
It doesn't last. Oh, yeah, syrups. Yeah, sorry.
Liqueurs happen.
Liqueurs, if you got some hot damn over there, that's going to last pretty much forever. So.
Kahlua included. Oh, Danny DeVito makes limoncello. I can see that.
I could definitely see that. I don't think so. Kahlua seems to have cracked it. Their flavor lasts. If after a few years, it's probably dead.
It lasts a while. Yeah. It lasts a while.
It lasts better than the stuff that I made, so what can I say?
I mean, we had some Kahlua that was pretty old that we dumped, but...
Yeah, truth be told, that was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does happen. But, coffee...
But it was really old.
If you have, like, nice, fresh coffee beans, like maybe somebody roasted them in-house and got them to you, it's got great flavor, and you infuse that stuff, that will draw flavor very quickly, yes. And it will be fantastically fresh. And if you like the coffee flavor, bang. Oh, happy.
I love the coffee flavor.
I like the coffee flavor. Yeah.
I'd like to do... I shouldn't say this, never mind.
Oh, no. Oh, you kid. You brought it up.
I drink my coffee without sugar.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I would like to do a coffee liqueur that's not sweet.
Oh, it wouldn't be a liqueur. It would be
coffee liquor.
Coffee liquor.
I'd like to do a coffee liquor.
Because out there, we have a
it.
bottle of cinnamon rum we made that's not sweet. And that still tastes very strongly cinnamon. And from time to time, I figure out something to do with it, and I should remember I have it because we have a fair amount of it. So...
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do a coffee liquor.
We have
not
coffee.
Liqueur.
We could certainly get coffee beans. We have some great coffee beans from Brazil.
From Lisa and Aaron. Yes.
So, these things could happen.
I love that. I'm going to do it. Right. I'm just checking to make sure we're not behind on anything.
Yeah, we're behind.
Do you have anything else in you, or are you done?
I think we're
all right. Well, he thinks he's done. So in search of. We did make all of our drink ideas this evening. So
exercised our drink ideas.
Happy about that.
Fantastic stuff.
Yes.
Awesome. If anybody is watching from work, hi. If you didn't comment, it's okay. It's not a big deal, but glad to see you here. It's great stuff. If anybody's watching from the gaming group that John dropped earlier today, great. You drop comments if you like. If you don't want to comment, that's okay. Glad to see you here. And all of our regular fans we see on a fairly weekly basis. So glad to be dropping us again.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Scott says, beer and peach schnapps quarantine. The struggle is real. I love it.
I
might try that,
All the man has is a bottle of schnapps.
I might try that.
And beer.
It could happen.
I would like to drop a little sour into that, but I would drink it. It's flavor.
I would drink it too.
It's flavor. There are plenty of fruit-flavored beers out there that look like that, and if they're not too sweet, you're in good shape. But sure.
So anyway, I think we might... I keep changing what we're doing for these live broadcasts, but I'm thinking of the 70s and 80s commercials. That might end up being next week's live happy.
We might have to come up with some kind of YouTube playlist.
Especially because we have bitters called Ancient Chinese Secret Bitters. So.
We really, really do.
I'm not making it up. And we didn't make them. We
did not make these.
So, yeah.
We probably would not make those, but somebody did, went there. And
someone did.
And guess what? They're really, really good. It's like a 5-spice bitter. I think that Larice would love these things.
I think so
Larice,
too.
of course, makes a hot sauce that she simply calls Satan sauce.
So good.
Which, John, you're still here?
So good.
You're a hot sauce fan. Wow, you would have a lot of fun with this stuff. It's like high proof with hot stuff. Oh, that's the way to go.
So
By the way, out in the greenhouse. Yeah, with greenhouse now.
Mod Squad. Yeah, I love it.
Man, yeah.
I love it.
Bing it.
Yeah.
Out in the greenhouse right now, we have, I think, 5 different kinds of peppers growing, including some fairly straight ahead things.
Which I hope survive the snow that's coming tomorrow night.
Don't start. But we have one bin that is the bin of pain that has the scorpion peppers, Trinidad scorpion
it's the
peppers.
Trinidad peppers, the
It's
ghost
got
pepper.
the ghost pepper. Oh, you know about the ghost pepper.
It's got the Carolina
Reaper
peppers.
You know,
so,
one of those is the hottest bleep thing in the world. And generally speaking, is the ghost, which is in fact not a pepper at all, is in fact an Indian Army war device.
Laurice, I thought of you yesterday at the supermarket because most of the flour was completely gone. There was a little bit of the big bags on the bottom shelf, but there were some tiny bags of King Arthur flour, and I only really wanted enough to start, for starter, because I have a lot of flour from King Arthur that I was able to order. But I did think of you with all of the missing flour. And then there was this woman who would not get out of the way. Like, I'm trying to stay 6 feet away from her and give her space and everything, and she just stood in front of that one brand of flour thinking about it what seemed like forever.
Lady.
I was like, lady, get out of the bag and get out of the way. She finally did, but
Laurice, could you drop a line on John to see if you could get
Peter, you're right. We got to make him
some of the Satan sauce? I think you have a sale. I think you would like
John
this stuff.
is a true hot sauce fan.
Oh,
so
he is.
You two need to.
And if you were to take, say, 2 ounces of cold gin and drop some of this in, you've got an interesting pain cocktail. Oh, yeah.
You two need to work this out.
You need to talk.
I love this. Peter says it's got to be a Mikey of Life cereal.
All right, that's it. I'm going to get some Life cereal.
Okay, he says.
I'm going to infuse it.
Cocktail, not a mocktail.
I'm going to infuse it, and it's going to be boozy Life cereal. This will either be brilliant or disgusting.
My money's on disgusting. But
might be disgusting. Just
we'll
saying.
Figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So you don't have to. Oh, boy, the things we do.
My money's on disgusting. Oh, go. Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Oh, see.
That's the stuff.
West Coast COVID. Oh, man.
Hey. Well, you can always watch the rebroadcast.
Stevie Willie.
If you want to see what happened in the middle there, it's not an issue.
It's all there for you.
It's all there.
So,
with Pop Rocks.
Oh.
Jeez. And you know, fizz is a very important thing with cocktails. I added some fizz to this. It's a good idea.
So good.
What went into the Satan sauce? Was that just habaneros, or was that like scorpion pepper or something?
Aww.
Because we're growing ghost peppers out back.
We have so many peppers out there.
They're not anywhere yet.
Which I hope survive the snow.
But give me a couple of months. I'm going to put a space heater in that damn thing. It's going to survive. I'm just saying.
We're
going to do it.
We have a discussion going about this. I'm not sure it's safe to leave a space heater on all night, but
I will warm it up as best I can with whatever I've got. Candles. I don't know. We'll make it happen.
I don't want to be the people who burn down our town.
We're not going to burn down the town.
Hopefully.
Yes. So, anyway, fantastic stuff.
All right.
Great drinks.
In search of. It's on YouTube. Search on it.
Search on it, find it, watch it. The quality.
Highly entertaining.
The quality is pretty bad. It's like VHS. Whatever the hell. Until there's a really.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Until there's a great channel that just decide, like, could sci-fi channels show this stuff? They're showing a lot of schlock these days. They could show it in search of.
I haven't had that for like 3 years.
And can I finally name check this? There's, of course, Amazon Woman of the Moon with their like segment on bullshit or not.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Look that
Brazil
up.
Security search through the bag. I love it.
Well,
habaneros. Okay, there you go.
If you cannot get habaneros, we can. So let us know.
We bought some habaneros yesterday, but we also have a crap ton of peppers growing out back if they survive the snow in the sun bubble.
The sun bubble is doing great. Today was actually fairly
it was so hot. You know, it was hot
outside,
in there. It was hot
but inside the bubble it was hot.
Yeah.
So those peppers are pretty happy.
Yeah.
And the story about the coffee with Brazil Security, drop me a PM. I'll tell you an entertaining story. So, fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic things tonight. All I can say is
Leonard
Nimoy. Unexplained phenomena. Remember, this show offers one explanation,
aliens.
which is not necessarily the correct explanation.
Ancient
blah,
aliens.
blah, 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 blah.
Strange phenomena.
Missing,
ESP.
missing aviatrices.
ESP.
You heard it here. We had the aviatrix earlier. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Check it out tomorrow. If you're a patron, you will get all the recipes. If you are not a patron, you can always sponsor us on Patreon. That's how we keep this thing going. If you would like to get some product, we still have a handful of
I put them down there.
Oh, so you do.
No, down there. Oh, not those.
Of the Velveteen Lounge
We don't have those.
kitchen glasses. I still have some of these, guys. There are also
We have like maybe 3.
plenty. We have quantity on
That's
the
what we have.
Glendora wine glasses. Anybody who's a wine person, you love Glendora, we have these. They're for sale up on there. And I know it's not quite the season, but ultimately it's only about 6 months off. We do
Oh,
have
look at you.
a recording for sale. And you can still buy.
You got to tilt that down.
Oh, okay. There we go.
It's just going to be shining in the sun. Okay, there you go.
We still have It's Martini Time and a box of wine for Christmas. Yes, Glendora gets the B-side, of course. That would be the thing. This is a fantastic thing. A nice heavy cardboard. It is 45 RPM record on pink vinyl.
Thank you, Brett and Satellite.
It is yours for the price of, and you can go to our site and find this. And in fact, it does have, I'm not going to fish it out. It has a download
It has
code.
a download code.
You do
so-
not need to own a record player, even
No.
if this is a record. We made this just for you. 2 original songs. We recorded them professionally. They sound great, in my opinion.
We recorded them professionally.
It's not in my little cassette player. And it's a lot of fun. If you don't own this yet, you want to own this. Just say. Go to our site. You'll find everything. Any questions? DM us.
Anyway, you have a fabulous evening. I'm going to finish my long blazer. Like how I remembered what this is. The long blazer. You have the insignificant cluster of dust and gas.
Look kind of murky. Ugh.
Well, which is perfect for that.
It's kind of perfect for that. You know?
We will have a featured recipe tomorrow, but I'm thinking we might have 70s and 80s commercials next week.
The themes just keep on coming, folks.
They do.
Hello.
You have a fabulous weekend.
Oh, Satellite has one of the records. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Wow. I really
It
appreciate
is
that.
so appreciated.
Enjoy that as much as you can.
You guys helped us produce it, so
You did.
thank you.
You did, but definitely.
Seriously.
All right.
And
That's after that.
as always, we will
See you soon.
good night.